Hi there, and thank you for joining me for today's live book reading of The Missing Red Envelopes by Yobe Chu, and this is presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Chapter 1. Boom, 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 crackety crack, bang. The exciting sounds of a Lunar New Year parade. It's the first day of Lunar New Year, and the streets are filled with children and adults. Lunar New Year is a big deal here in New York City, especially after the governor signed a bill in 2023 that declared Lunar New Year a public school holiday across the state. Lorie and Weina watched the Lunar New Year parade from the sidewalk, but there are so many people they can only see the smoke from the firecrackers and the occasional lion head when the lion troop jumps and dances by. The sisters wiggle their way to the front of the crowd so they can get a better look. It's not their first time watching the parade, but every year it's just as amazing as their first time. They applaud the lion troop dressed in vibrant, auspicious colors matching the lions themselves. Giant floats drive by slowly, which they love watching. Each float shows their interpretation of the zodiac of the year. The girls admire the dragon dancers in red and gold colors, snaking their way through the parade. Wouldn't that be cool if we could be part of the dragon dancers someday? Lorie leans over to Weina, yelling into her ear. The festivities are so loud that they can barely hear each other. I'd love to be part of that troupe. Maybe someday. But can you imagine dancing in front of all of those people? If I mess up one step, I can't even hide. Weina yells back at her older sister. Oh, I'm sure you'll be fine. Just imagine Grandma, Mom, and Dad would be so proud of us, Lorie says, beaming. Lorie is 13 years old, and Weina is 9 years old. They both wonder what's the minimum age to join these dance troupes. After the parade passes by, Lorie and Weina turn around to find their parents. Want to meet up with Jeannie and Jay for bubble tea while Dad goes to pick up a roast duck for dinner? Mom asks. Yes, the girls say at the same time. They both know the answer is always yes to bubble tea, especially when it involves their favorite cousins. Chapter 2. Lorie, Weina, and their mom walk down a few blocks, passing all the festival goers, busy stores, and restaurants. The red lanterns hanging above the street sway gently in the air, matching Lorie and Weina's red sweatshirts. They all arrive at a bubble tea shop, where their mom knows the owner. Mom walks over to greet the owner. Jeannie and Jay are already there. The sisters run over to greet them and their aunt. Hello again, Auntie Joanne, Lorie greets. Hello, my darlings. Give me a second to finish up this call, she says. Auntie Joanne is an entrepreneur, and often she is on a business call like she is now, with the phone up to her ear while holding baby Jay on her other arm. Oh, sorry, Lorie whispers. Weina smiles shyly and nods her head. How was lunch with your family? Lorie asks Jeannie. Jeannie is their 5-year-old little cousin. Jeannie loves fashion. She's always dressing so fashionably cute, whether it's Lunar New Year or a normal school day. It was yummy, Jeannie answers. My favorite was the banchan because the sticky rice is wrapped like a square present. So how much money did you get in lucky envelopes so far? Jeannie says, jumping right to the point, as always. Well, we are just about done. We got plenty right before this when we were at the temple with Grandma, Lorie says. How many envelopes did you get? 30? 50? Count them here. I want to know, Jeannie says, tugging Lorie's red sweatshirt, hoping to see if there are any golden chocolate coins in the envelope. Those are Jeannie's favorite. Well, you have to ask Weina. She's the safekeeper of the lucky envelopes this year. Weina is standing next to the counter, adjusting her glasses so she can see the menu better. She's trying to decide what to order. Lychee bubble tea or a taro milkshake? So many options. Weina, let's count the money, Jeannie says, grabbing Weina's hand, swaying back and forth. Okay, give me 1 sec. Let me get the sachet, Weina replies. She unzips her purple backpack. There's a cute jade bunny with a shiny moon on it. She got the backpack during the Moon Festival last year from Auntie Joanne, whose company made the backpack. Jeannie tries to check out her reflection on the moon, which is like a silly mirror. So funny. This never gets old. Wait. Weina is searching for that familiar texture of the silky, embroidered red sachet, but she can't seem to find it. She frantically starts to go through all of her books in the backpack. Maybe they are stuck in between the pages? Lorie senses something is wrong. She tries to distract Jeannie. So how much lucky money did you get this year? I don't know yet. Mama said we can't open them until later. Jeannie and her baby sister Jay give their lucky envelopes to their parents, and they have a rule about not opening them until after dinner. Otherwise, Jeannie would eat all the chocolate coins that come along with some of the lucky envelopes. At that moment, Auntie Joanne finally finishes her call, and she walks over with baby Jay. All right, girls, bubble tea on me. What do you want to drink? And don't forget to order one for your mom. She will be sad if she doesn't get bubble tea. Auntie says enthusiastically, switching baby Jay to the other arm. The girls sit down with their drinks. Auntie Joanne also orders the steamed cake since it's fresh out of the oven. Lorie takes a sip of her matcha bubble tea and looks over at Weina. Jeannie impatiently stabs the cup cover with her straw, trying to get to her honeydew smoothie quicker. Some of the smoothie spills on the table. Auntie Joanne looks Jeannie in the eye and says calmly but firmly, Jeannie, try your best to be patient. One stab on the bullseye. You got this. She stands up, still holding baby Jay on one hand, and walks over to get some napkins. Lorie uses this opportunity to pull Weina aside. Where is it? Lorie says. Where's our money? Chapter 3. Year after year, Lorie and Weina receive lucky envelopes during Lunar New Year. The sisters have been saving up to buy a replacement jade bracelet for Grandma. Grandma used to have a beautiful jade bracelet that she wore every day. The bracelet broke when Grandma was trying to save, or more accurately, catch, Weina from falling into a koi pond many years ago. The girls felt bad about what happened, and they've been saving up their lucky money instead of using it for something else. Just $300 more, and then they will be able to buy the new bracelet from the Chinatown jewelry shop. No one knows about this secret plan, of course. They keep their lucky envelope safe in an embroidered red sachet, a bit bigger than the palm of their hands. The red sachet has gold threads outlining beautiful peonies, and it matches their red sweatshirts perfectly. It was a gift from their dad and mom for their first Lunar New Year. As Lorie tilts her head to look at her younger sister, she sees that Weina is trying to look away from her. Tears start welling up in Weina's eyes. Sis, I'm sorry, Weina says. She tries as hard as she can to stop the tears from dripping down her face. Her hands are still frantically searching within her backpack. I can't find the sachet that holds all of our lucky envelopes, she wails, embarrassed and disappointed in herself. For a moment, Lorie is devastated. I should have been in charge of the sachet, Lorie thinks to herself. But earlier today, her younger sister had begged her to be the money keeper. Now they had lost all of it. Who knows how much might have been in each envelope? $20? $100? Or maybe it's exactly $300 and they would have been able to buy that jade bracelet today. They collected so much from their aunties and uncles only for it to have gone missing? Lorie lets out a sigh. At this very moment, she has so many thoughts in her head, but none are appropriate to say to Weina. Blaming her doesn't help in this situation. Oh no, Weina says, wiping her tears. It's all my fault. I am so forgetful. She hugs her backpack, wishing the money was still inside. Don't worry, Weina, Lorie responds, trying to be as calm as she can. She strokes her younger sister's head to calm her down. We can just backtrack our steps. What was the first thing that we did today? Lorie asks. She looks into Weina's eyes. They are dark like hers, full of mystery. She sits down, takes another sip of her matcha tea, and leans her head on her hand, trying to focus. Lorie and Weina think long and hard about what they did earlier that day. Chapter 4. Lorie and Weina recount a similar memory of what happened that morning. They woke up bright and early. "It's Lunar New Year!" The girls screamed with excitement as they ran into Mom and Dad's room. Dad was pulling a sweater over his shirt. He is a software engineer, and for as long as the girls could remember, Dad wears almost the same thing every day. A sweater over a shirt with slight variation of colors. Mom was finishing her last step of her morning skincare routine. She signaled the girls to sit down and pulled out 2 matching red sweatshirts. On Lunar New Year, we wear new clothes. Red is a lucky color. Hope you two like them, Mom said. The girls were excited. New sweatshirts? Yes, please. The family got into their car. Every Lunar New Year, they start by visiting their grandma in Chinatown. Will we see Jeannie and Jay too? Lorie asked. Yes, Auntie called and said although she has a few calls, she will be coming with both girls, Mom answered. It took over an hour to get to Chinatown. The girls tried to get comfortable in the car. Weina pulled out her book and started to read. She can read anywhere, and she always has a book or two with her at all times. Weina, you shouldn't read in the car. It's bad for your eyesight, Lorie reminded Weina. Fine, Weina said and put her book down unwillingly. Then, all of a sudden, she thought of something. She perked up. Lorie, maybe this year I can be the lucky envelope safekeeper. I brought my backpack. It'll double the protection. Lorie tapped Mom on the shoulder. I think she's ready. What do you think, Mom? I think so. You two can decide. Mom works at a large corporation as a manager and is learning to empower her girls to make their own decisions the same way she does with her team at work. All right, Weina, you are now promoted to the lucky envelope safekeeper position. Lorie placed the red sachet on Weina's hands. Weina carefully put the sachet into her backpack. The car sped on, making its way into the busy Chinatown in Manhattan.